Hello, everybody, and hello, friends. Welcome back to the Brickanista Broadcast Network here on YouTube, and will be later uploaded to Rumble. I have an amazing guest with me today. We have been working on a couple of different things in the past, like a couple mock improvs, for example. And I asked her if she would do a 2-minute tech tip with regard to some of the mosaic techniques she does. So I figured this would be a great time for us to chat a little bit on a Builder Insight show. So please help me welcome to the stream, the Brick Babe. Hey, how's it going, Lenee? Uh-oh,
I'm
you're
sorry,
muted.
I'm like rumbling of bags. Hey,
No, it's okay. So we were talking before the stream, and she was asking, is it okay if I build? I said, yeah, we could build. So what are you going to be working on today?
I'm building set 41719 right here. It's the mobile fashion boutique.
Oh, that looks cool. Is that one of the newer friend sets too? Is it, which friends come with that?
I think it is. You know what? I'm not certain. I don't really know the friends. Do you know the friends very well? Let's see. It comes.
No, but that does look like one of the newer ones.
Oh, Stephanie and Camilla.
Okay, Camilla. Yeah, Camilla is a new one, definitely. Because
cool.
it's been really fun seeing the new ones that have come out too. So I've been really, really excited about the new line that has come out. And I recently did Leo and Ollie in Leo's room. And that comes with our little friend, the grumpy cat.
So cute. I built all four over the weekend. So for Eighth All Day, my daughter gifted me with all four sets. So I was like, yes.
Oh, fun. See, remember I told you that my camera will not focus on me sometimes? All right, come on, camera. Come on, you can do it.
Did it.
Ah, the cat did it.
The cat did it.
I know. Okay, I'm going to do this. Hold up. Sometimes if I turn the cover on, and then it'll figure it out. Okay. We're going to be blurry for a while until it figures it out. This drives me crazy. Oh my gosh.
No.
This was what they call low production values. All right, I'm going to try this again. Maybe it'll resolve itself if I do that. And then if I tell the camera slowly come back.
You're perfect now.
There we go. That's what it is. It's like you got to do the slow, wide shot. Okay. All right. So anyway, yeah. So if you go to one of my old Thrifty Thursdays, what's great is that these friends' rooms, they're $19.99. And it's a great price point. And you usually get 2 mini dolls with each one, just like you have, I think, 2 mini dolls with that set too. Yeah.
Yes.
So it's a great set. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to retrofit again, because what I did the other day is I did the alternate builds of the seahorse as well as this peacock for the magical unicorn. And I had to, you can't do both of them from one set. So what I'm going to do is make sure I make this whole again, because I had to tear it apart, portions of it, to make the peacock. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be working on while we're chatting a little bit. So this is a little fun format that we're going to do, where we're going to build and chat a little bit. And yeah, so I invited the Brick Babe specifically because she has been recognized recently by Tips and Bricks for her mosaic techniques, which was a lot of fun. That was so great to see you recognized for your awesome work. And you also were showcased as part of Black History Month in your mosaic designs at one of the Lego stores too. So I just wanted to get a chance to chat with you a little bit about that, because not all Lego stores will do a display like that. So I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, I don't know. This is my first.
Well, I know I've talked with Cranky Bricks. She's out of the UK. And and Cranky Bricks has had some of her designs in a Lego store. I think the one that's closest to me, that one is in the Alderwood Mall. And I have not yet seen them showcase anybody in our local lug. So it's only been just, the standard displays. but it's always fun to see your work showcased like that. So how did, what happened? How did that happen? Where, did you approach the Lego store manager, or did they approach you, or how did that all come together?
You know what? I really can't remember. I know it was a conversation. We had a conversation
Uh-huh.
and there was a display in there already. It was one of the Lego Masters displays. So
Oh, nice.
it was one of our local Lego masters, Mel Brown.
Mhm.
He had one in there that had been in there forever. And so I think I
Oh,
was joking. It was like, oh, it's been in there forever. It's time for something new. And I think it was like, well, bring something. We got you. And it was like, okay.
oh,
Um,
so Mel,
I
so
think,
Mel had it already, and then they
mhm,
said, "Hey, we could use another one." So that's
mhm.
awesome. That's
Yep.
great.
So they packed his up and put mine there. So I had big shoes to fill. I was coming in, behind a Lego Masters, but it
No,
was
you did great.
thank you. It was cool because I think the coolest part was going in the store and people don't know it's yours and kind of listening and hearing what they think about it really.
Hmm.
And I think that was like the best part. And then, the bloopers. You always have bloopers. So one of the mosaics is it's a hyper realistic mosaic of me. It's the black and white one. It's like on a 48 by 48.
Right.
And so someone came in and was like, how much for Elvis? And it was like, well, it's not for sale. They were like, it's not for sale. And so then somebody was like, oh, Elvis. They were like, oh, you mean the box? They were like, no, I'm talking about this one here. And they're like, that's the artist. They were like, no. So anyway, she thought I was Elvis.
She thought you
So
were Elvis.
yeah, she thought I was Elvis. How much for
How much
Elvis?
for Elvis?
Yep.
Now, being mistaken for Elvis, that's a pretty big, bold statement there.
Facts. Facts. Mistaken for Elvis.
Well,
Blow to the ego.
I think that's an amazing honor to be able to able to showcase your work like that. And I've been approached by one of our local bricks and minifigs in Monroe, Washington,
Mhm.
but and maybe I should do that. I guess maybe part of it is, you have self doubt about, your work and whether, people would want to see it. And I'm actually in massive cleaning mode right now, so maybe it's like, if I have it on display somewhere, and
Come to clean.
it'll be off of my desk and over there. And yeah, I've been really really excited to see a lot of your work recognized, and I didn't realize that you did a lot of mosaics until you started posting that in February, and then also this tips and bricks showcase too. That was awesome to see.
Oh,
So have you
cool. Thank
always done mosaics, or are you? Because I don't do mosaics as much, and I've tried, but I'm feel challenged when I do them.
you. No, I haven't always done mosaics, and I don't always build mosaics. I think there's a build behind me.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, I've built other things. I just remember we did the contest for Hive. So Hive, I just got my poly bags for that one of the
Oh, brick
Christmas.
hive.
I,
Oh yeah.
I
You're
did
talking
the
about
Christmas
for
and
the holiday, right? When you did
mhm,
the Avengers Tower,
yep, I did that one. So
right?
no, I haven't always done them, but I am not the best vertical builder. I
Oh,
have my challenges. I get annoyed. I can't get the right parts in the right place. I
yeah.
I do build, but I build small. So and my first show was 13 vignettes. So I no, I have
13.
not 13 vignettes. Yep, it was a
Oh my gosh.
story. So it was called Fall in Love and Never Let Go. So it was a story about how this couple met and it just kind of kept going. It was
I love
translated
that.
through Brick. It was translated through
Oh my
Brick.
gosh.
And I did that one. And then, I did some other builds, but I brought with me, I don't have it right here, but it was the huge mosaic, let me see, of my face. It was a 48 by 48.
Hmm.
And when I tell you one time so Mo was my daughter. We
Yeah.
took a
Which
count,
she goes by Lights Camera Lego, and
lights,
she's been
camera,
on
Lego.
Mock Improv too.
Exactly.
A
Yes, she
lot of
has.
fun.
Let me see if I can find it.
Oh, take your time.
It,
This is a
it is
really
here.
casual show, just for those of you who are watching maybe the replay or
Okay.
coming in later. That I what I like to do is have some time with the builder just to get to know them better, because there's always, like, you see their artwork, but you want to know their process. You want to know how they get their inspiration. What are some of the things that they like to do? And I should also mention that you're based in Maryland, right? As far as
Yes.
and I also have bonded with Lenee because we are both huge NFL fans. And I'm a Niners fan, and you're a big Ravens fan. So it's always fun because we'll trade back and forth and talk about our teams. And it's always just great that it's great to have a fellow waffle, which is women adult fan of Lego, and somebody who's also an NFL fan. So I'm just curious, have you always been a Ravens fan since you were a child, or
No, the Ravens were
no?
not in existence when I was a child. Um, and whenever you're ready to go back to this, I found the mosaic.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Ravens.
Here, let's give you this solo too. Or let's finish the Ravens discussion. Yeah.
Okay. So I grew up, I guess a Redskin fan. They were Redskins at the time. Now they're the
Right.
Commanders.
Yep.
And that was my household. It was the Washington team was for, we called the DMV, DC, Maryland, and Virginia. So we all
Oh,
shared a team.
okay.
When I became a young adult in my 20s, yeah, right there at the peak of my 20s, yeah, the the old Browns became the Baltimore Ravens. And
Ah.
there was a player on the Ravens. So at the time I was dating this guy who played for the Commanders. And
Oh,
one day
you
he
dated an
came
NFL player?
he came home so
Seriously?
upset. Yes, and he was a big guy. He was a middle linebacker as well. So he came in upset,
Wow.
throwing his helmet. I'm like, what is wrong with you? And he's like, man, I can't stand that little dude. He hits too hard. He was like, he's like, I'm gonna punch him. I was like, what are you talking about? He was like, his name is Ray Lewis. And I looked, I was like, well, who is Ray Lewis? And I have been a fan of Ray Lewis ever since. It
Ever
was just
since
he was an amazing player.
he hit
He
your
was
boyfriend?
He was an amazing player, and I know, right? And it
Do you
was
wear a
like,
Ray
so
Lewis jersey?
I do. I became a Ray Lewis fan. I tell people when he was playing, I was like, I'm really a Ray Lewis fan. I don't know about a Ravens fan, but I stayed a Ravens fan. So yeah, it worked
Ever
out.
since then. Wow, that's a great story. See, you've never told me that before, as far as, how you became a Ravens fan. And
It's so
yes,
shallow.
I
So shallow.
know.
But
Go
he started the
Niners.
franchise.
EB
That's
Good's
how the
also
franchise.
a
Hey
Niners fan.
Eddie, what's
So
up?
Eddie's here. Good to see you. And we have a Green Bay Packers fan in the house too. Brick Jedi's here. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, and it's always interesting to me because there are people who love football and people who are completely clueless. and, and
Oh,
sometimes when I've been in different I guess just build chats, where we're not streaming and we're just kind of hanging out, and I'll say, hey, let's chat about football. And I get shut down so many times. They go, what? This is a Lego space. We're not supposed to talk about football. It's like, we could talk about things outside of, Lego.
one
So
dimensional, one
that's why
dimensional.
I was so excited when you and I became friends, because it was just like, yes, there's somebody I could talk about with the NFL. So we're going to have to, in fact, since EB Good is here, and of course you can put your Ravens up there. So, EB Good and I had a chat a couple weeks ago because he was also on this Builder Insight show. And he came up with this term called the brick BQ. So a
Okay.
tailgate party. Imagine a tailgate party, a brick BQ where you do Lego and have like a tailgate party and then talk about
Cool.
NFL. Doesn't that sound cool?
That is cool.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like
So
that.
I think he and I've been chatting about that, and I told him, hey, when he's based in Spokane, and since that's about a 3 hour drive for me, I was like, yeah, let me know when you are ready to do that, because that would be so much fun to just like hang out, watch the Niners game, build, chat,
Uh,
have a lot of fun. So I'm super stoked about that idea. So
that's
you're on the
cool.
hook now, Eddie.
Eddie,
And you could do one over there in Maryland and have a brick BQ over there for your Ravens
that's a
fans.
good idea. That's a good
Hmm.
idea. I might have to do that. I like that.
Yeah. So going back to you found your mosaic. So I wanted to give you a chance to show that off.
So yeah, this was the one that was thought to be Elvis.
I
I don't
still
know
can't
why,
believe that somebody thought that was Elvis.
but yeah, this one's pretty hyper realistic, and this is the picture that I used for it. So
Yeah. Oh
before I
my
cut
God,
my
I love
hair,
it.
that's the picture that I used, and yeah, it's just different kind of angles from it.
It's awesome.
So
So do you
that's
use a
on there.
program when you put these together, or do you do them all by sight? Because there's a lot of different mosaic builders who use different techniques. I'm kind of curious about what you do.
This one, it was the Lego Mosaic Maker. Mo got me this for Mother's Day gift, and I
Oh,
used the
nice.
Mosaic Maker. I used the Mosaic Maker for this one,
Uh-huh.
but the majority of my mosaics, I kind of just eyeball and figure it out. So it's kind of like painting. This
Yeah.
one, I kind of took apart, but this is the one I used for the tutorial. So she's hairless right now, but if you could see, I know, right? This
I
would be a
love
base for
this.
me. So nothing's perfect. I like mosaics because they give me the ability to kind of fudge, and I can make mistakes and make them abstract. It always kind of works out.
I
So
just love the
that
colors you use too.
there's people wouldn't assume her head looks like that, but it did, and of course it was covered with foliage.
Hmm.
I like playing with hair with my mosaics. I don't know
Yeah.
why. I just
Well,
like different. Oh,
yeah,
I'm sorry. I'm grabbing another one.
yeah.
Even like Franklin here, he's in half. But
Oh, I
even if you
love
notice,
Franklin.
even if you notice with Franklin, I like texture. I just
Yeah.
love different textures. So the mosaics always have like different textures. So it's
Hmm.
not just plates. It's a plate on top of a plate. I
Right.
don't know if you can see
I
that.
love the
So
layered look that you have on there too. Really,
thank you.
really well done.
I have the Hello Kitty one over there, and then these two I did for Mario Week was last week.
Oh
So
yeah,
this
Mario.
this is the Yoshi one, and again
Yoshi, I
it's
love Yoshi.
but
Now,
again
the yellow is that's a layer on top of a base plate, right? Or did they have
mhm.
yellow
And these,
plates?
well, to reinforce it to make them stronger.
Hmm.
So and these are 1x3. So yeah, the base plate is blue,
Okay.
and
Then you put
then
a
it's a
one
one
by
by
three.
three.
Ah.
Whatever's on the pab wall is kind of what
I
it's
love
what I
that
use.
the yellow makes it so striking, the way it pops like that. That
Yeah,
really
I thought it
and
was
Yoshi's my favorite character in the Mario series too.
Yoshi was fun. And again, it's like I always try to give it a pop. So it's always three-dimensional. So there's
Yeah.
one by one rounds here on top of, I'm sorry, underneath the
Hmm.
tiles. And then even the eyes kind of have a pop. I'm sorry, I'm trying to figure
Yeah.
out the
Oh no,
camera
you're
angle.
doing great. You're doing great.
And
And
the
Brick
same thing.
Jedi says that looks rad. He's
I just broke
impressed.
it in half. Let me grab the other one. I need two hands.
Sure,
I
no
just
problem.
I just broke this one in half, but it's still um so this one I tried a different technique with. This one I put a border. I've never like put a border before, and I thought the
Oh,
border would just complement it and kind of make it pop.
yeah. It does make it pop. I
Yeah,
love
this is the
it.
first time, again, the pab wall. So
Hmm.
all my background came from the pab wall. Um and then of course the
Now, did you
bricks. But
use
yeah,
Mosaic Maker for this too, and then put the colors in, or did you do this all by eye?
no, this one it's in half. You
Oh
saw it here
no!
first. This one, this one I did by eye. She's still intact. This one I did by eye, and I don't know if this helps
Wow.
you to see kind of
Yeah.
how I made it. This is why I layer them. And this one I hadn't finished. I did it for a post,
Hmm.
so I wasn't too worried
Yeah,
about
you
like
did it for
moving it.
Mario Week, right?
Yep, and I did
For
it
March
for a
10th.
post.
And you
Exactly.
were talking about since we were talking about the lip technique. that you also did the lip technique on this one as well.
I did.
And for those of
Yeah,
you, we do have a 2-minute tech tip from Lenee, and
it's
literally I
coming.
was editing it right before the show, so we'll be showing that in Premiere Pro because I haven't had a chance to put all the text and everything in there. But yeah, no, I think that what's nice about doing this kind of technique is that people don't have to have a lot of dots, because one of the things that happens is that people get intimidated by this because they feel like they have to have a whole big, group of studs or dots. You use bricks and plates, right?
I do, and that's the reason why I reinforce. I'm trying to grab some more. I do, but you have to watch out with the bricks. You saw what just happened to me. You want to make sure that you reinforce it. I hadn't reinforced this one yet,
Okay. You're
because
seeing this on
otherwise,
the fly, folks. She's reinforcing while she's speaking. So,
yeah, and it's done. It's completely reinforced. Yeah, I did. I used bricks, like you said. I like to switch it up. I like the texture. I don't know if
mhm.
you can see it.
Yeah,
Make
you
sure
can
there's a
see that
video.
it's got a combination of bricks and plates, and it looks like too. There's your lip, the lip with the flowers.
That's the lip, exactly.
Hmm.
So it's the 1 by 1 round plate with the flowered edges, and
Hmm.
then this one is the plant with the stem. Was the plant with the
Hmm.
stem, I think, and the
Yep.
pin.
Yeah, we'll be
So
showing your 2-minute tech tip in just a second
cool,
because
cool, cool.
I have not posted it yet because literally I've been editing right before the show. But
Well, you
once,
got it late. I'm sorry.
oh, that's okay. That's okay. As long as we get it out on Tuesday, and I want to have it ready when we're doing the interview, so then that way people watching can see the 2-minute tech tip as well. But your mosaics. I'm just curious. Like for me, when I first started building, I started building pirate ships. That's kind of what I was known for. And you
Oh,
know how every artist kind of has like an evolution of their builds. Did
hmm.
you start with mosaics, or have you kind of grown into mosaics, or what was your kind of your path? What did you start, doing as mocks before getting known as doing some of these mosaics?
I started with friend sets.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I started with because I built with my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And then the first time I ever mocked, I ever did a mosaic, it was for Corey Sam's. Um,
Oh, a
it
Lego
was for Corey.
Master.
Exactly. And that's how I got into I never knew anything about mocking. I never knew anything about mosaic, but Corey had challenges. And the
Mm-hmm.
first challenge he had was for a mosaic. It was like a selfie. That's when I did the mosaic with the mosaic maker, the hyper realistic one of my
Right.
face. And
So
then
that's
it
one
was
of your
another
first mocks then, that one you
my
just showed, the
well,
Elvis
that one
one.
wasn't a mock. Yeah, that one wasn't a mock now that I think about it, because that was still a set. But my first mock was a mosaic. And because I was a wedding planner, I didn't know what to build. And I built a lot of wedding mocks when I first started.
Oh,
So
okay.
I built my first mock was a wedding scene. It's I stuff I can get it. Let me
Sure.
take you on a room tour. Let me take you on a room
You
tour.
wanna you wanna take us on a tour?
Of
If not,
course,
I
of
can
course.
I can
If I don't trip over brick, office is a little messy.
I see.
Um,
I've never given a tour of my place because it's way too cluttered. I hope
Oh,
to
you
be able
see
to
me
do that later.
moving things to get here. But oh, and
Oh,
then the
there's the
camera is kind of
majestic tiger.
weird. Oh, there's the tiger. But here is
Oh, look at that.
it's missing. I don't know if it's missing flowers or what. So let me take it back. Let me take you guys back.
Okay.
um, the Lego space is a mess. I have brick everywhere. Building for conventions. It's
I think
convention time now.
I think everybody has like you see my background. This is all nice and polished and it looks like I know what I'm doing. But
I
if you were
under
to see my space, there's boxes here, there's builds that I'm working on over there, and this like right now my table is full of bricks and yeah. So it's I think every builder has that kind of space.
that's what's going on here. This was my first mosaic ever.
Oh, look
And
at that.
I
It's
used
like
brickheads.
brickheads.
I used the brickheads. You get it. Yes, I used the
Yeah.
brickheads. I thought that was kind of fun. I had never seen it done before, and I
Mhm.
wanted it to look like a frame. So it's literally like a mat inside. I see that piece missing. I don't know if that's actually my tile or I had flowers there. But
Okay.
yes, I wanted it to look like a frame with a mat, kind of with
Yeah.
the bride, the groom, and
Mhm.
sunshine, hearts, just all those
Oh,
things.
I love the color palette that you use there.
Oh,
With
thank you.
with the yellow, the pink, the blues. I mean, it just really pops. It's
Thank you.
really
Thank you.
nice. Yeah.
So this is my first mosaic. And then my next one, I can't remember what my next one was, but the reason I got into mosaics is because I enjoyed, let me bring this one back. Uh, it's hard to build with nougat anywhere else.
Oh,
I
true.
enjoy, yeah, I enjoy faces. I enjoy like
Mhm.
African American type
Yep.
art, black brown type art. And that was how I was able to kind of start like with the mosaics. I enjoyed the flesh tones. And I
Mhm.
was like, this is cool. It was something that I hadn't seen a lot of in the community. And I
You're
wanted that to
absolutely right.
be my contribution. I was like, oh, okay, well, let's play with some nougats and some reddish browns.
Well, since
And
you were just showing that lip, I want to go ahead and show your 2-minute tech tip for everybody. I have it all prepped. So,
okay.
and right now, the way I've got this set up, just so everybody knows, you're actually seeing kind of behind the scenes of my edit because this is in Premiere Pro. This is not the final edit because I have to add the lower thirds, to follow the Brick Babe, I have to put the lettering and everything, but you'll see that we have this really solid one. And Lenee actually did an intro as well, because usually I do the intro and the closing. So it was really great that she did that. So you're going to see this. And so you're seeing it first right here on the Brickanista Broadcast Network. All right. So we are going to go ahead and start this.
Hey everybody, it's Lenee, aka the Brick Babe, and I want to thank the Brickanista Broadcasting Network for inviting me to bring you today's 2-minute tech tip. Anybody who knows me knows I absolutely love a red lip, and I'm going to show you how to accomplish that red lip in your builds using just flowers. So check it out. I want to show you a really quick, fun, simple lip technique for your mosaics. This is mine. I chose a red lip because, of course, I love a red lip. But this technique, it's easy to achieve. All you have to use are round 1x1 plates with the flower edges. They come in all kinds of colors. There are like a million colors, so it's easy to find the right color you want. Then I use the plant flower bar and small pinhole. Those are the technical terms. You want to use the 1x1 round place with the flower edges to line the lip. Make your lip outline however you choose. I chose almost like a heart shape with the indentation. But however you want to make your lips, that's your choice. You see, I staggered them. So some you have one stud, some you have two, because it just worked. These are kind of like jigsaw puzzles because of the plant leaves. They kind of come out. Inside, for teeth, I used slope curved 1x1 by 2/3 parts, the white ones with recessed stud. That's how I achieved this look. However, you decide to kind of make this work and make this a work of art, that's up to you. But those are the parts and the techniques that I use. So if you choose to do this, make sure you tag me so I can see those amazing lips. Anyway, happy building.
Wasn't that fun? Thank you, the Brick Babe, for this really cool technique. Just using
You
those
did.
elements. To learn more about the Brick Babe, go to @thebrickbabe on Instagram. And for more 2-minute tech tips, go to hashtag the number 2-minute tech tip on Instagram Reels from my profile. I'm the Brickanista, and may the clutch be with you.
Yay, that was cool. It's so cool you
Yay!
made that. I
Well,
have
I
to take a look at
literally
it.
made that. Let's see, it's what, 6:30 right now. I made that about an hour ago.
Wow,
so
you did a great job.
so I was furiously editing before we started streaming. And so yeah, right around 5:15 or so I was building this. So for those of you who haven't seen this, you can see it's very easy to do and you stack it up and
It's great.
mine has buck teeth.
It looks great.
And I could actually put it in front of my face like this. So, but
That
it's
is
really,
great.
it was really fun to do this. So I really appreciate you sharing. And yes, I love it too. Thank you, Evie Good. Yeah, the 2-minute tech tip has been a lot of fun. It's been a great way to introduce the community to different builders and just, sharing techniques. And that's kind of why, this was started, was just to show people that, hey, you don't need to have a lot of bricks to do something really cool and creative. And I will never look at these pieces the same way again. So I wanted to thank you for sharing that technique. And when you said 1 by 1 by 2/3 with recessed,
Oh
I
my
was
gosh,
like,
the
oh
name
oh
Lego
my
short.
gosh,
It was a
that's the
mouthful. It's like
short name
Lego.
of it.
It's like Lego shortened the name. That is the official name for that part. I should have
Wow,
probably given the part name. But
I
how the
call them
lips came
bread
out,
loaves. That's what I call them.
I know these were. Oh, well, that makes sense. Well, the reason why these were flowers is Eddie remembers we're in the same lug,
Uh,
and it was for our fall foliage. So the hair was all foliage,
oh,
and it was like Mother
interesting.
Nature. So I made
Mhm.
everything like floral, and that's why I used that technique because I wanted everything
It's an
to be from
awesome
nature.
technique. And also, it was featured in the Tips and Bricks post as
Mhm.
well, which is
Yeah, it
awesome.
was.
Yeah, it
What?
was. So, since you were talking about you and Eddie about this lug you're part of, can you share with us a little bit about the Dream Lug too that you're part of? Because you started this, right? You and a
Yes.
couple other people.
hmm it's called the Dream Builders Lug, and the lug is an all-inclusive lug that celebrates the Lego works of Black and Brown builders. So we celebrate Black and Brown builders, and we celebrate art from Black and Brown builders. Um, but we have people of all races, all ethnicities, all colors. We're really all inclusive, and that's the fun part. We just come together
Yeah.
in our online community to celebrate really all builders. We just kind of try to showcase Black and Brown art a little bit more so it's seen in the community.
hmm Yeah, and I wanted to tell you, I'm really inspired by a lot of what the Dream Builders are doing. I've been following. I think is the hashtag DreamLug or Dream Builders Lug. That
Dream
hashtag.
Builders Lug, and then
Okay.
Dream Team. We use Dream
Oh,
Team Lug.
Dream
Dream.
Team. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Because I know I've talked with Eddie about this since he's in the chat, and it sounds like he was mentioning that you are getting ready to build for conventions too. That you
Yes.
have, and the people have been inspired by each other to start building for conventions, and then
hmm
you display at the convention, and you put the hashtag Dream Team on there, and then that way everybody gets to know your lug better too.
Yep, most definitely.
That's awesome. So I think you and I've chatted about this that I might be dropping in on some of your DreamLug meetings in the future. The thing
Awesome.
is, I think you're
Love-
the second Saturday of the month. When is it again?
Our meetings are normally the second Saturday and the second
Okay.
Sunday of the month at 2 p.m.
Oh,
And then we have
Sunday.
art showcases. We have art showcases that are always the last weekend. So it's a 2 p.m. on Saturday and then an 8 p.m. on that Sunday. So
Oh,
that's
wow.
that.
Okay, so it's like a double dose that you get for that weekend. And
Well, for the art shows
oh, for
because
the
it's
art
like different.
shows.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. I will definitely drop in on some of those because I think that it's
Love
just
that.
great what you're doing for the community. And like I said, I when I started building this, I was just like going, this is so much fun because when I've done mosaics, I came close to this technique by doing some layering for the Rorschach prints,
Mhm.
the ink blot prints that Rorschach used to do. And then I got distracted because I felt like I needed to have certain kinds of parts. And some of them are like wedges and things that you don't have a lot of. But I'm thinking, I wonder if I don't think these come in black though. That's the only thing because it's
I
white
don't.
and black is what all of these ink blots are in mostly. But if I end up using your technique, I will absolutely tag you on this because he did do a
Cool.
couple colored ones, which I think would be fun to have, other ink blots that have the color in them and then, kind of interlacing some of this. It's going to be great.
That cool. Now that is the downside with this particular part. It does not come in a lot of colors. I know it comes in yellow. You have like the magenta, the dark
Mm-hmm.
pink, white,
Right.
red, and I haven't
Mm-hmm.
seen it in many others.
I've seen the little flowers in lime green, but I haven't seen the flowers in the lime green. So
Yeah,
you know,
I
you
have.
can find those little, you know, the flower with the stud hole in lime green, but I haven't seen this top flower in that. So, but yeah, but I made my own lips.
No,
Now I have to do a mosaic of myself sometime.
bravo.
Well, what are your next projects? What are you working on now? I mean, what are you getting ready for a convention? Is there a convention that's coming near you sometime?
I I am. So I have my home lug, and that's Charm City in Maryland.
Oh,
And
nice.
Mel Brown is the president of that lug, Lego Master
Okay.
Mel. And he loves shows and conventions. So we
Yeah.
have big builds coming up. Our next build next week is Brick Fair.
Oh, Brick
And
Fair, Virginia, or
no, not Virginia, Fredericksburg.
Fredericksburg. Okay.
Brick Fair, but the same brick fair.
Uh-huh.
So this one is cyberpunk. Our theme is cyberpunk. So I'm building cyberpunk, and I'm just bringing a few mosaics
Oh,
to display
wow.
with our lug table. Um, I don't know if I'll have time to do a separate table, a
Mhm.
separate display outside of the lug. Then Brick Fair, Virginia, it's a mermaid build. So that's another
Ooh,
collab build. That's a
have you
mermaid.
noticed my mug?
Nice. I like it.
I'm here.
Gorgeous.
I gotta show this off since you were talking about mermaid.
Uh-huh.
So this, I saw this at a store and I had to have it. So hopefully I can get this to focus. So you can see the
Oh my
mermaid
gosh, I
scale.
love the
Check out
ombre.
check out the tail right
I
here.
see the tail. I
But
love it.
this is the best part. If you see inside, it
Uh-huh.
says "seize the day."
Oh my gosh, I love
SEAS
that play
the
on
day.
words.
Yeah, and let me see if my camera will focus on me now. Let's do this.
There
Okay.
we go.
Keep
That's
it in focus.
carpe diem, right?
Carpe diem. That's right. But with a mermaid kind of focus. Yeah.
I like
And
I
that's so
like this.
funny you mentioned that because I'm literally drinking out of my mermaid mug. So you're
Yep,
doing a mermaid build in
mhm.
one of these shows you said for the future?
That's Virginia. And then for Charm, no, not for Charm City. Those are for Charm City. For Dream
Right.
Builders, we have 4 build challenges. So every month we have build challenges. Eddie's in here. Eddie like kills them all. Eddie and Nick's bricks are so amazing. They like kill them all. But so our 4 challenges for this month, there's because it's Women's Month, you can build any type of women's
Right.
themed build that celebrates how fabulous the ladies are. Then there is, I'm looking for the build challenges now. Here we go. So yeah, we have build challenges
Oh,
every
nice.
single month. So we have Marvelous March. So
Hmm.
guys, see, you should join the lug
Happy
so you can get your amazing.
March. It's March
Yeah,
Madness.
exactly. So Marvelous March. It says use your skill to create a fun Marvel themed build. So that is our showcase, which is happening on
Okay,
the 25th
Marvel.
and the 6th. Then we have build your lucky charm, whatever that is. We leave it up to the builder's interpretation. Then, yeah, you mentioned the basketballs. We have March Madness and then Women's History Month build. So, however,
So that's
however,
4 challenges. So once a week you have a different challenge. Is that how that works? Or is it just
no,
any time in the month of March you can build any one of these 4 challenges?
we normally have, so that's for the 3. We normally have one is for our show, and the Marvelous March is for the show on Saturday, the 25th and the 26th. So
Okay.
those builds are for our showcase. Because we're a virtual lug and we can't
Hmm.
do as many shows and displays
Right.
together physically, that's our way to get together virtually. But the other 3, the Lucky Charm, the March Madness, and the Women's History Month, those are just hashtags that you'll see our lug post throughout the month and share. But we give several different challenges, not because we expect our lug members to build them all.
Right.
We give them because everybody enjoys the hobby differently. Someone may
Right.
not be
That's
into Marvel. They may
Yeah.
be in March, they may not want it. So some people build one, some
I'm
people
a
build all.
DC person, so I totally get when you're saying Marvel. It's like
Exactly.
DC doesn't get enough love, right? So
The Justice League does not. So
yeah.
so yeah, that's kind of how that works for us.
And Aziza's in the house. Hey, Aziza. And she says, fun. Yes, it
Hey,
is fun.
hey sis,
Yeah.
how are you?
Yeah, definitely. And I think the other thing I like is that it looked like is that a web page or a Facebook page, or what was that you were showing
Um,
as far as the
this
yeah,
goes to, that was just a document, but
okay.
this is just a document that we share internally. Oh, that's
Hmm.
not it. That's the house I want to get. That's the up house that I
That's the up house.
oh, you see my wish list, my shopping list. No, it's just a document.
Oh,
That's
okay. It's nice. It's really nice.
yeah, it's how
All
we
right. So
communicate with our members.
yeah, yeah. Now, are you looking to? I know that there are several people who have recognized Lego online communities. So, is that what the Dream Builders want to be
Yes,
sometime?
sir.
Because I know that there's Tricky Lug, there's the Women's Brick Initiative, there's several others that are out there. And so, are you getting ready to? Are you at 20 members now? Because I think
We're past 20 members,
we're
over
way
double that.
past 20 members. Okay. Well, it sounds like you're going to be submitting to be part of that RLOC pretty soon.
Yep.
Because
Yep, we are. It's time for it.
I think this is the time they're starting to get applications too.
It is.
Okay.
It is. It's time.
Well, it
So fingers
definitely,
crossed.
I definitely want to be a part of this because I'm just so excited about all these this amazing talent that you have there. I'm hoping some of it's going to rub off on me.
Oh,
Rick
awesome.
Hive
Thank
is in the
you.
house lurking. How's
Hi!
it
We mentioned
going?
Hive earlier.
Yes, yes, I had Brick Hive on the show, and he didn't know this that I had adopted his technique of putting in tiles kind of in a cross herringbone pattern, and
Mhm.
it makes my water builds look so much better. And
Oh,
so I
I
asked
bet.
him if he'd be on the show because and he didn't know. I said, every time I'm working on a water build, I talk about you because I said, I'm putting it like this because this is what I learned. And so it was just great to have him on the show. And then he invited me on his show. And yeah, it's just a great community where we're really helping each other out.
I agree. We had just talked about you earlier, Hive.
Oh, yeah, Hive, that's right.
We just mentioned him.
Yeah, yeah, it's like we summoned him.
We did.
It's like we'll talk
Your
about
ears
people
were
and then
ringing.
they start jumping in on the chat and such. So going back to the Dream Builders leg. So if somebody wanted to join like me, so
Mhm.
what would be the way to reach out to you for that?
All you have to do is DM me or DM the lug, Dream Builders lug. The registration is very easy. You get the link, you get the Discord, you get invited in the group chats, you get put on the email distribution list, and then you're in.
Okay. All right. So I have to be better about being on Discord. That's my problem is that I belong to, I don't know, 30 some odd Discord channels and it's just hard to keep up with all of them. But I'm gonna I'll send you a DM after the show.
Well, I'm in the same boat, and what we
Yeah.
do is we also communicate through like IG and other platforms and email because we know everybody isn't like staring at their phones, and some
Yeah.
people prefer different apps, and we try to be accommodating to all of our members.
Oh, that's
So,
good because I know that I belong to a couple different groups where they live and breathe on Discord, and it's like, oh, didn't you see the Discord post? It's like,
oh,
no, I
oh,
haven't
I
been
did.
on Discord in a while.
Like, no, I didn't.
Wow. So let's talk a little bit about some of the things that you've been posting with you and your daughter because recently I was so touched when you posted this on your Instagram. I think it was one of your reels where you talked about how your daughter treated you to a shopping spree at the Lego store, and I was just like, oh my God, that is just so sweet.
That was a surprise. So it was her first AFOL day because she just
Oh,
turned 18 in January.
oh,
So we get
fun.
to the Lego store, and I mean, she has a like, she was ready. I'm like, whoa, you got a lot of stuff. So when we get to the register, I'm like, hey, you want to put it all together so you get the points, and I'll just pay for mine, but you get
Hmm.
all the points. And she was like, no, mom, did you get what you wanted? I was like, yeah. She was like, well, I'll pay for everything. She was like, I got it. So
Wow.
I'm like, wow, thank you. That's so cool. So then afterwards we were walking and, I was like, you hungry? I'm like, yeah. She was like, let's go. And she was like, my treat, lunch, my treat. So here's the thing about us, because somebody mentioned we're always out building. It's like, oh, you're at the Cheesecake Factory building. We eat kids meals. I absolutely love kids meals. So the meal you saw with the unicorn was the corn dog meal for $7. So we went to
Oh,
Maggiano's and we got the kids lasagna, which is very filling.
mm-hmm.
$7. So I think the bill was like 18. So yeah, I don't want people to think like, oh my gosh, she got her kid. So I love the way we live because yeah, she just spoiled me that day. And I didn't expect it. I was really touched and I appreciated it.
Well, I think it's just such a great relationship that you have with your daughter on, whenever you're going out to just go shopping or if you're working on something. And I remember when I invited you to the mock improv, you said, is it okay if Mo comes along? I said, yes, absolutely.
Yes, you know?
And I know she was saying, I think it was either you or her that was saying, I'm really nervous because it's the
Mo.
first time like being live. And I said, you're going to be building, just don't worry. Just, for the first, I don't know, 5-10 minutes, we're talking about what is the build going to be. For those of you who don't know, by the way, mock improv is coming this Sunday. And Mo and Lenee are both going to be there. And we're calling it the first ever Waffle House, the Waffle House for women adult fans of Lego, the Waffle House mock improv in the mock arena. So it's going to be a first. It's going to be all women, all doing the different mock improv. And if you've never tuned into one of those, essentially we ask the chat for suggestions. And for this mock improv, we're going to use any female identified character as your central character. So I'm kind of toying with a couple different ideas about that. But Mo will be there, Lenee's going to be there, Deneen is going to be there, Mairead is going to be there, Yano is going to be there, I'm going to be there. Those are the people who've RSVP'd. I'm going to ping some more people, but it might be the 6 of us, which is probably enough. But I just wanted to say I'm super, super excited about that because that's going to be our very first all women mock improv, which super, super excited about that.
Now, can I use my sig fig as a central?
Absolutely. You identify as a woman, right?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, no, you could use your sig fig. Speaking of which, I've been playing around with this. So I picked up those blue.
I saw the ones.
I picked up like 15 of these, and I'm trying to decide if I want to put my face on there or Pandy Panda's face on there. But
It's so cute. So
I got to change the hands out to be black. But yeah, this might be something that makes an appearance in future builds. But I don't know. I've been thinking about, should I use here's one of my sig figs. I have like 3 different kinds of sig figs. Like this is my director sig fig.
I love that.
I'm working on films and such. And then I have one where I'm just in a pirate outfit. So I don't know. Yeah, but yeah, if you want to use your sig fig, absolutely, you can do that. I'm debating about which one I'm going to use, but it'll be a surprise. So you'll have to tune in on Sunday at 1 o'clock Pacific time for that. But going back to you and Mo, and I'm curious about she seems like such a sweet person, and you even mentioned this in your video. You go, this is such a sweet child that your relationship is just something that is just beautiful to see. And it's just really fun that you can share the Lego hobby together. And when did you first, you mentioned friends and that you were building her with friends. Oh, did I make you cry? I didn't want to make you cry.
It's okay. I'm very hormonal. So
Oh, it's okay. No. Like I said, I'm just very, very envious that you have that very sweet relationship. And it's just really fun to see, that you can share your love of Lego and have such a beautiful relationship together. So, but it sounds like you've had this relationship with Lego with your daughter for a long time too.
Yeah, so we started when she was about 7. She tells the story so much better. When I grew up, so I was born in the 70s, grew up in the 80s, and toys were very gender specific. And my family believed very strongly in gender roles. So like Lego was considered a boys' toy. Like we had Toys R Us. So if you could get it from the boys out, well, that's where Lego was at the
Oh,
time.
yep.
Lego was in the boys section. We didn't have
Yeah.
friends and all of that.
Because it was a
So
construction tool.
exactly. And girls weren't engineers or anything like that. We didn't deal with construction. So I'm being facetious.
Mhm. No,
So
yeah, sarcasm is welcome on the Brickanista Broadcast Network. Yeah, that's okay.
so it was Barbie. So I had a Barbie empire. I absolutely love Barbie. That's another mosaic that I absolutely love, my Barbie
Well,
mosaic.
with Barbie's movie coming out, I'm just kind of curious if you've, and it sounds like you've answered my question already. You've got some Barbie mosaics on the horizon, it sounds like.
I'd made one. I don't know if it's hanging around here. My mosaics are everywhere. I made one Barbie
I
mosaic.
remember seeing that. It's a profile, right? It's a side view. Mm-hmm.
Yep, and I made it brown. My mosaics are everywhere. I'm trying to think of where it could be. I don't even know where it could be right now.
That's okay. We could tell people look at her profile on Instagram because you'll find it there. But you were talking about your daughter and you and being into Barbie and then kind of transitioning into Lego when the Friends line came out. Would you say that was when you started getting into Lego more with your daughter?
Most definitely, because I didn't want her to grow up like me, like having this desire and wanting to play with this toy, and she couldn't. And I really loved Lego, but it was like, no, Barbie. So when Friends came out, it was like, this is perfect. And it was perfect because I enjoyed Lego with her because how we did it was we took turns. So each page, it was like you get a page, I liked it because kids have a hard time redirecting their energy. You have to help them do that. So this was something she had to sit down, she had to follow directions, she had to focus. And I absolutely loved that for her. So she thought we're just having fun. And I'm like, I am pruning the mind. And it was like, so that was what I loved about Lego for kids and girls. It was like, there was technique, there were other things that challenged her. And I absolutely loved that. So then she entered her dark ages. We never got rid of it, but we kind of packed the Lego up, put it, away. And it wasn't until COVID, and I think it's like 50% of us. It wasn't until COVID we were sitting around kind of looking at each other. And it was like, okay, cool. We have to do something. And we came up with, we're a Christian home. So we came up with the Advent calendars. This is how we really first started getting back into it. We called it Luke and Lego. So because Luke was literally 25 chapters, we would read a chapter a night in December. And then we would do one of the builds from the Advent calendar. So it was really cool.
That's a great way to do it.
And then after December, it was like, we need more. We got to do something. And then that's how we started. Today is her 2-year anniversary on her page, her IG page, Lights Camera Lego. But that's how we started.
Today's her 2-year anniversary. Oh wow! Happy anniversary, Lights Camera Lego. Wow! And Kive is asking, hope you are doing well. Yes, we are doing great. So great to have you here. But so I wanted to just say that it's always great to see families coming together and working on Lego together. And you and Mo and other people in the community have been inspiring so many of us. And I'm really excited about all the things that you have planned. Now, do you ever do collabs with your daughter as far as build collabs? Have you done that yet?
We've done a few smaller ones. We've done some shows. And then I'm trying to get her. Mo is a member of Charm City Lug as well. So I'm trying to get her to we have a fairy build coming up in an art gallery. So I'm trying to get her to collab with me there. I was like, hey, what if I build this fairy house here? You build one over here, different styles, and we build a bridge. She basically told me to kick rocks. She was like, no, Mom, I'm not doing that. So, she was like, nope, not doing it. So I was
not
like, okay,
doing
cool.
Fairies, Mom.
Not doing it. Yeah, not doing
fairy
it.
Build sounds like fun.
Well, we have to do the fairy build because that's what the theme our
that's
lug
the
said.
Collab, right?
That's the collab. The collab is a
Charm
fairy
City.
build. Yep, it's a fairy garden build. So that we did it. I did it last year, but now she's of age where she can be in the lug. And she was like, no, I'm not doing that. But we have done some collabs, smaller ones, but I'm really looking forward to like a bigger one between us, but we just gotta meet eye to eye on that.
Yeah, you'll come up with a theme that you both enjoy. And then I can't wait to see that collab
I
because you
know,
both are so
that would
really
be great.
talented. That's going to be so much fun.
Oh, thank
But
you. That would be great.
yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to say thank you so much for being on this show because I know that a lot of people have seen your work, but I what I like about this show is we get to understand a little bit more about your process, where are you based, what lugs you belong to, what other things you have. We already talked about you being a Ravens fan. Is there anything else you want the chat to know about you? Anything about you that maybe outside of Lego that people might want to know?
I don't know. I don't think there's I'm pretty much an open book. I don't think there's too much more about me. Um yeah, I think that's it. Mo and I do the Mom and Mo show on
Yes.
Monday. We got the lug thing going on, and I
You're
think that's
busy. You're really busy, but you do
very
such
much
great
so.
work. And
Thank
I'm
you.
I'm super excited about my lips here. Now I have my own set of lips. That
They look good. You did that.
I
They look
was
good.
joking earlier. I was telling Lenee, I go, my lips have buck teeth. So
I can't with you. They look great.
they
You did
look
a
great.
fab.
And I literally did this, like I said, just a little bit before the stream and put that video together. And I will be working on that right after the stream is over. So people will be able to see that. But thanks again. It's really great hanging out with you. And let's chat some more once the stream is over because I wanted to just say that really, really thankful that you're in the community, you're getting recognized by Tips and Bricks, and that you're doing so much to contribute. And I am just so grateful that our paths crossed, and that we've had
Me too.
this chance to get to know each other and be friends. So thank you so much. And
Thank
for those of you who are new, please like and subscribe to the stream if you like this content. And because you're listening to the Brickanista Broadcast Network, if you want to follow Lenee, go to the Brick Babe on Instagram, and she posts a lot there. And yes, you're really good at branding too. And it looks like you have the brickbabe.com as well, just based on
I
your
do.
picture.
I do.
Here, let
It
me.
it needs some love. I
Oh,
gotta update my website. Yes, I need to update it, but yeah.
okay, well that's great. And if you want to send fan mail, you can send it to the Brickanista Broadcast Network, PO Box 31956, Seattle, Washington 98103. And normally I would be streaming on Rumble too, but I got behind. I had so much stuff to do. But I will upload this to rumble.com/user/Brickanista. So thanks again, everybody. It's been great hanging out with you. Thank you, Brick Jedi, Aziza, EB Good, the Brick Jet, EB Good. I'm missing somebody. Brick Jedi. Anybody? Oh, Brick Hive, of course. Thank you, everybody, for just hanging out and being a part of this show. And as they say on the Brickanista Broadcast Network, thank you, and may the clutch be with you. Take care. Bye.